Okay, top 5 takeaways for the planter project. We're doing this in my car because it's windy outside and you probably wouldn't hear me outside. Plus, I think it would be tacky to actually film at the War Memorial. Sometimes you just have to be in the moment and respect the dead. But I took the planter boxes down in 2 stages in my car because the car isn't that big. Thank you, Dodge. I love my car, but it's not really big enough for all the flowers we need for World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Iraq. So, top 5 takeaway if you want to do your own patriotic flower planters. 1. Punch holes in the bottom of the pails or cans. You need to have drainage. If you want your plants to live, you need drainage. So punch some holes in the bottom. 2. Masking tape is your friend. Do you really think I could do nice stripes like that freehand? No, I could not. 3. Put the paint on thin and be prepared to do multiple coats. I did this with a brush. Spray paint costs a lot more money and, it was a windy day. And I'm not scared of using a brush. And, regular paint in a can and a brush is way cheaper. And it really wasn't that much work. Couple of hours tops. 4. Wear a smock. Really, just wear the smock. You're going to get paint someplace. So just wear a smock and put some cardboard or newspaper or something down on the floor because there'll be a bit of splatter. 5. Doing the right thing doesn't have to cost much money. A big floral bouquet usually costs, $40, $50, $60. I did 8 of these and it cost me a couple of hours. A bag of potting soil, and, some 4-inch plants I got from, the hardware store. So, and a little bit of paint. So, 8 of these arrangements all told together is probably, tops going to cost me $35, $40, maybe, all told. So, good investment. And yeah, this is the day after the anniversary of the beginning of the D-Day invasion. And no, it wasn't a war won in one day. The battle wasn't even finished in one day. Within the, 48 hours of the beginning of the invasion on Omaha Beach, that's when the Women's Army Corps, the WACs, began to land. And they waded ashore barefoot through bloody froth. Because, guess what? It was the middle of a war. Finding new boots for women was kind of hard. So the Women's Army Corps went ashore barefoot, wading ashore through the bloody froth onto Omaha Beach within 48 hours of the beginning of the invasion. And you want to know why they were going ashore in France? Well, before the war, actually before the invasion, Army brass decided they wanted to take over the French telecom system. So they needed to have a bilingual telecommunications staff. So they went around America and they found a bunch of women who'd gone to, fancy prep schools and colleges and had taken French because, it's a nice language to learn if you're a nice girl. And they went up to Maine, to the stone cutting regions, where there's actually a big native-speaking French population in Maine who came down from Quebec to work in the granite and the stone cutting towns. And they went to Louisiana, where, guess what? They're also native French speakers. And they put together a team of bilingual women who they trained to, basically work telephone boards. So as soon as the United States and the Allied forces began capturing basically French telephone stations from the retreating Nazis, and they were slow to retreat because that was a bloody, bloody battle through France, within hours, bilingual American women who also spoke French were going in to try and take over the telecommunications of France. So, a little bit of history and a lot of paint. Good luck.